of a sudden the NHL is going to back off this. The National Hockey League today needs to fine that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights, because that is insulting. That is the #1 trending topic in Canada. That is insulting what happened in Philadelphia. And if the NHL is serious about this, they say they are. We'll see. We'll see how serious they are today. But that whole thing was mishandled, and part of me couldn't believe it. Part of me could, considering how the NHL sometimes handles things.
And it's too important, and that's why you're continuing to talk about it, because you're not just going to brush it under the rug.
Well said, D.
Buddy, I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion.
So the NFL player here that we have on our screen to begin with, NFL player refuses to wear Pride Night jersey during warm-ups, citing religious beliefs. What is wrong with this guy is the question we're asking. It was Pride Night. You're supposed to put on your jersey. You know how we do over here in these United States. Philadelphia Flyer, defensemen. By the way, I live in PA. I'm about an hour away from the stadium. Anyway. So Ivan Provorov refused to wear a rainbow jersey doing warm-ups for the team's Pride Night for the LGBTQ inclusion on Tuesday, citing his religious belief. He says, I respect everybody, and I respect everybody's choices, but my choice is to stay true to myself and to my religion. Hey, somebody say, praise the Lord. I think it's about time. It's about time we got some serious individuals who say, you know what? Let's stop bowing to the mob. Stop it. Enough. I think it's about time somebody have the guts to call it like it is, man. It's about time somebody say, you know what? We're not signing on to this deal. We just gonna be true to ourselves and to our belief system. I don't have to sign onto 1 second here. Too much light. All right, I don't have to sign on to every single deal that you guys are pushing forward. Now, he went on to say, he said, while taking question in the Flyers locker room after the team's victory 5-2 over the Ducks. That's all I'm going to say. He's done talking, and somebody still has an issue with that. We know. How dare you, man? Why would you not put on your Pride jersey? What is wrong with this brother? I got a video here to share with you guys. I just put it out earlier today, so check this one out.
Buddy, I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say.
The National Hockey League today needs to fine that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights. 3 things, technically. Provorov also spoke to the media after the game and echoed what Tortorella said, so I didn't feel the need to run it. This happened in baseball last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. There were 5 members of the Tampa Bay Rays who wouldn't wear a patch supporting gay rights. Mm-hmm. And Major League Baseball didn't do much. It was a story for a little bit. John Tortorella, many years ago when, racial injustice.
I want to say quickly, guys, I can open the phone line today if you guys want to join into the show. And I'm also, if you want to come into the stream as a guest, it's up to you. I don't mind. I could share it with you, the stream info. But anyway, I'm going to give you the phone line. For those of you who want to call into the show, I do have a Google phone connected here, and you can actually talk right about some of the subjects we are sharing today, okay? By the way, make sure you like and subscribe, okay? If you happen to be new here, it goes far into the YouTube world. So this is the phone number you want to call. Call 484-509-1188. You will call right into the show. But let's let this video play out, and then I will answer the call if you have anything to say concerning some of the subjects we are talking about. Now, let's keep going. Now, this reporter here is having a fit that the Philadelphia player didn't put on his Pride Month jersey. Like, why would you not do that? You know you're supposed to bow to the mob no matter what they say we're supposed to do. You know how it is. So he's cooking them up right here. Yep. How dare you not put it on your jersey, boy?
Evaluate how they support gay rights. Three things, technically. Provorov also spoke to the media after the game and echoed what Tortorella said, so I didn't feel the need to run it. This happened in baseball last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. There were 5 members of the Tampa Bay Rays who wouldn't wear a patch supporting gay rights. And Major League Baseball didn't do much. It was a story for a little bit. John Tortorella, many years ago when, racial injustice, and it still is to this day, but when Colin Kaepernick first started kneeling during national anthem, said anyone who does that on my team is going to sit. And he has a son who's an Army Ranger. So it's not like Tortorella in the past hasn't spoken on sensitive issues. The theme from the National Hockey League is hockey is for everyone, okay? The theme is not hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't believe in gay rights, then do whatever you want. If the National Hockey League is going to do this, if any league is going to do this, do it properly or reevaluate what you're doing. Because there's not a lot of repercussions that I'm seeing from any league. Now, it could change with the NHL. Could change with the NHL. I think you find the Flyers $1 million for this. I'm not kidding. Figure this out and stop offending people on nights where it's not about that. It's supposed to be about inclusivity. The National Hockey League need to attack this and figure this out. Because what I heard last night was offensive and didn't make any sense. Because, for instance, if that was a military night, okay?
Right.
If anyone in Canada or in the States on a military appreciation night wouldn't wear a jersey pregame, do you have any idea the uproar that would have happened on that? Do you have any idea the backlash? Do you have any idea what happened on social media? It's ridiculous what would happen.
And it was just a minute ago, we were talking about the uproar that was happening with FIFA fever, where if you were seen with so much as a rainbow anywhere, you had to fear for your life, imprisonment, or death.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, and now here we are.
I just think.
Yeah. And that's something. You better put on your jersey, boy. These people, man. And I know I'm making a little bit of sarcastic fun with this thing, but do you hear the nature of the spirit of that brother? I wonder if he even understands what he is saying. You better put on that jersey. Now, let me give you an analogy here, because we have all kind of people watching. And I know some of people who watch this channel, some of you are unbelievers, atheists. And guess what? We welcome you no matter what. But let's just say it. Let's just put it this way. Let's imagine as a Christian, right? I'm having one of my Christian holiday. And you, who is an atheist, you don't believe in a Christian God, which is fine. I say you need to put on your Christian jersey, put on your Christian flag, put on the cross or Jesus's picture or whatever, right? Well, you say, well, I don't believe that. I don't agree with that, right? Wouldn't you say if I force it on you that I'm somewhat forcing my religious belief on you? You will say, yeah, it is. Well, the same is true when it comes to this case with the pride flag. While many of the people who like to advocate for inclusion, acceptance in all different spaces, Darth Vader, I see you. So while they want to say, oh, you need to be accepting people, but they are enforcing their own religious belief on others. Now, think about it. You think the pride LGBTQ is just a movement. No, it's not a movement. It's a religion. some people might not agree with me on this, but I'm telling you it's true. It doesn't take much to create a religion. Once you have a God, you have doctrines, you have principles, you have converts, you have ministers, you have an organization, a place of worship,
and you have laws to follow.
you got a religion. Now, somebody may ask, who is the God of the LGBT community? Well, it's the ideology itself.
Mhm.
The ideology itself is the God. That's what's being protected. Self is what's being worshipped.
It's the same with science.
Yeah. You don't have to bow down to an actual deity to have a God. Once you create something and you elevate that above God, it becomes a God. It can be worshipped. And that's what you have. Who are the converts? Well, we have an entire community, and they have a mission too. You know, in Christianity, we have what is called the Great Commission. Do they have a mission?
Yeah,
You don't
to
think they
convert
do?
the children.
They're converting children. Why do you think they're in school? Why do you think they are in Disney? Every Disney movie you have, somebody, two girls got a kiss or two boys got to do it. Like, it's like they just can't keep this stuff out of your face. It's because their goal is to convert as many as possible.
And you know why that is?
But I thought we were born. I thought we were born gay.
Because
What happened to the gay genes argument?
it's because, well, you know, they realize that's a losing argument. They realize that there's no such thing as a gay gene.
Forget about that one.
So they have to go.
Mhm.
They had to move the goalposts. This is the common leftist tactic. Is
Mhm.
well, there's no gay gene, so now we got to move the goalpost.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they're catching on to us, so we got to move it further.
Yeah.
So what happens is when they move the goalpost further,
Mhm.
everything gets more out of whack and out there.
Mm.
So now we got, you know, the WEF who's trying to use this as not only like a form of per se, hey, birth control, but also controlling the world's population.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I heard that has a lot to do with it. You know, yeah, and let's finish this video. I see where you're coming from, Dart. All right.
Seriously. So, and now here we are.
I just think the NHL has to do something here. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. Hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't agree with gay rights is not the phrasing of this. You're either in this or you're not. And one last point. Nothing scares me more than any human being who says, I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs. Because when you looked in people's lives, you normally say that publicly, you'd throw up at what you saw. You would throw up at what you saw. And I've seen that a million times in a lot of different ways. So don't give me that. With respect. Don't give me that, because no one's perfect. All right? Don't tell me, don't feed me the religious beliefs line. And all.
You see, here is where my issue is with this brother here. He is such a lunatic. You see, the issue he has with religion simply has to do with Christianity. Simple as that. If a Muslim was to say this, you wouldn't see a thing. If a Buddhist was to say this, you wouldn't see a thing. It's
Hinduist.
A Hinduist, a Sist or a Satanist, you wouldn't see a thing. You see, the thing is, these people think they have the right to disrespect Christians, but they will not dare to go against any other religious bodies out there and thinking that it's okay. Listen, a bunch of hypocrites. The men say, I'm standing for my religious belief. Back off. Back off. You have an issue with that? What's your problem? The man does not want to put on his pride jersey. He doesn't want nothing to do with it. Recently, I was invited to an event, and it was a close related friend, a very special event. When I went there, everybody had their pride jersey. Here I come, and I'm like, you got other things coming, thinking I'm going to put on this jersey. Now, the good thing is they already knew who I was. They didn't even bother asking. They just say, I'm glad you're here. I show some love to the family and was able to, you know, being there and comforting the family as much as needed regarding the situation. But I'm like, that jersey is not going on me.
because wearing a jersey is going to make a difference.
It does. You know, the thing is, we can love people. That doesn't mean we have to agree with ideology.
Exactly.
Does that make
The,
sense? What I'm
the
saying?
ideologies can differ. Doesn't mean we have to support them in their
No,
disbelief or incorrect thinking.
no, no. And that's the thing he's enforcing here. He's enforcing a religious belief and is making it appear is not. That's why his argument is so weak. The thing is,
It's
imagine if we Christians started doing this to anybody out there. They will call you religious bigot. They will call you intolerant. They will call you all
zealot.
kind of crazy name. Extremist. We don't do that. We back
No.
off and let you believe what you believe. But you can do the same for us? Give me a break. Hypocrisy.
All of a sudden, the NHL is going to back off this. The National Hockey League today needs to fine that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights. Because that is insulting. That is the #1 trending topic in Canada. That is insulting what happened in Philadelphia. And if the NHL is serious about this, they say they are. We'll see. We'll see how serious they are today. But that whole thing was mishandled. And part of me couldn't believe it. Part of me could, considering how the NHL sometimes handles things.
And it's too important, and that's why you're continuing to talk about it, because you're not just going to brush it under the rug.
Well said, D.
Buddy, I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say.
I respect him for that.
Amen. I have no problem with that statement. I don't know what this guy is flipping about. He is abundantly clear. You got an issue with that? Well, go kick some rocks.
My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say.
And what team is he on?
Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is America. He has the right to do what he wants.
Supposed to be.
It's freedom of choice and freedom of speech. So kick
I wonder
rocks.
I wonder if those things still matters today, because it seems like heavily now their speech is under attack. Now we have a freedom of religion is also under attack. So you see how this stuff is closely related. Now we have a small group of people controlling the masses, dictating what should be done and how it is to be carried out.
That's the
What
whole
on earth
point.
is that?
That's the whole point. In order for, the communists and socialists and everything to flourish, they have to do away with the religion. They have to get religion out of the way. Religion is their one roadblock to be successful.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you said it exactly, because you got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of it.
Because it gives people a moral compass to know the difference between what's right and what's wrong. And that moral compass it gets skewed under communism to make people believe that what is wrong is right and what is right is wrong.
And they can't have that.
And that's not good.
Yeah.
And they can't have people thinking for themselves.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Steven, you said it's a cult. It is a cult in a sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cult. Good man doing good move. Yep.
A while ago, you had a saying. It was for evil to flourish, all it needs is for good men to do nothing.
Yep. And that's all it takes. We just have to sit back and play, just be neutral and watch the devil tear the world apart. It doesn't take much. It's just be neutral. Just be nice, be kind, be loving. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's it right there. Yep.
Yep.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Just sit back and resist nothing, guys. Resist nothing. Just be okay and call that freedom and watch evil knocking at your doors. And this is why this is how far things have gotten in the name of acceptance, in the name of inclusivity, and so on. Now they go to schools and reading books about prostitution, books about men having sexual interaction with children, minor attracted persons. This is becoming normal. They're indoctrinating. How did we get here? We get here in the name of trying to be nice.
Inclusivity.
I'm trying to be inclusive, to each his own kind of thing.
Tolerance.
But what you don't know, you open a little bit of door to them. You open the door slightly, and
they kick it in.
And there you have it. And now here we are. We're looking at this stuff. You're like, how did we get here? Well, this is how you get here. How do you reverse it? You have to resist this. You
It's
have to,
it's quite literally Pandora's box.
yeah. I'm so glad somebody took a stand. Sheesh.
We need more like him.
I'm going to comment on that. If you have any hockey questions, I would answer those.
Can you just clarify your religion?
Russian Orthodox.
Provorov wasn't in warm-ups before the game. There's a report that he wasn't in warm-ups because he didn't want to wear the Pride jersey for Pride Night. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I think the organization has sent out a release regarding the organization, the beliefs that we have and how we feel about it, and really a great night. With Provy, he's being true to himself and to his religion. This has to do with his belief in his religion. And it's one thing I respect about Provy. He's always true to himself. And so that's where we're at with that.
Was there any consideration on your part when he chose not to wear the jersey to not play him as a result?
What kind of question is that? These reporters, why do you? He already answered his question. I mean, these people, aren't you going to punish him? That's pretty much what you're saying.
The sounds like Joe Biden's reporters.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. The man was abundantly clear. This is his religion. I respect him for that. He make a stand. Boom. Leave him. No.
That ended discussion, period.
Yeah, he's done already. He's done answered the question. But no, you need to punish the man because you need to punish him. Punish her, punish him, punish them because they don't agree with us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to answer many more questions on it because I just think it's unfair. I know you're going to probably talk to Provy, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I think it was a great night in celebrating. Organization has put out a statement, and I'm not going to get too deep into the conversation. Those are the comments as far as Provy. We talked as a team and with Provy, and that's where.
I mean, he's clear. What are we fighting about? The man was clear. He has every right to believe what he believes. Let's move on. You see, friends, it comes a point in a man's life where you have to make up your mind that you ain't gonna compromise with the masses. And like I've said earlier, I'm not taking the words that I just said back. The LGBTQ movement has become a religion. It's not just a movement about acceptance and this and that anymore. It's not just about we want to be married and so on. That's not what it's about now.
And it's a toxic one too at that, because they'll eat their own. Like if you go back on what you quote unquote believe, they will do everything in their power to destroy you.
Absolutely. You know what I thought about? It's gonna take people. What's his name? Ivy, or anyway, the NHL player. He's gonna take people like that to really make a change, and it doesn't take much. Sometimes a few people standing can change the entire thing. And now look, King Nebuchadnezzar. This is talking about the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar. Let's go to chapter 3. After the dream was told him, he made a golden image, right? God gave him a dream of how his kingdom, which was the head of gold, was going to be destroyed, and it was to be replaced by Medo-Persia. But nevertheless, Nebuchadnezzar didn't want to believe the dream. God prophesied the end of Babylon. No, I don't want to do that. I don't care. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a golden image. In essence, he was saying that this image represents Babylon is going to last forever. That was the pride behind the golden image that he built. You see, this LGBT stuff is like a golden image today. If you think about it, it's a golden image. It's everywhere. It's demanding the world's attention. Watch this. I want you to see something. Look what God said. After he set up this golden image, right? He called all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of this image, which Nebuchadnezzar had set up. The princes, the governors, the captain, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and the rulers of the provinces all were gathered together. Not only that, he even had musicians doing some of this stuff. So if you were to look at what happened here in Daniel chapter 3, you can see a parallel. It's almost like you got governors on board, You got musicians on board. You got Hollywood stars on board. You got NBA players. You got soccer players. They all putting on this jersey. They all signing on to this deal. But there was an issue though, because while everybody were told they were playing music to the image, and when you hear the music, you were supposed to bow down and fall down and worship that same hour in the midst of the, or if you don't do it, you're gonna be cast into a burning fire. There was consequences if you did not go along with this. Now watch this, because there were some rebellious young men in the kingdom, because these young men decided that I will not bow. So there were certain Jews, here they are, who had set up affairs over the provinces of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These three, they have not regarded thee, nor served thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. What is their problem? These three were supposed to bow down along with everybody else. You hearing this, guys? We're supposed to worship this image. We're supposed to accept whatever the culture says to be true and not question, not standing for anything. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't think so. They said, I'm not going to worship no other gods, but the only true God. I'm not putting on a jersey. I'm not. Because it's an ideology. It's an act of worship. It's a statement you are making by affirming and approving something that you believe in your heart is not true. And it's not okay. It goes against your religious belief. Therefore, I choose to make a stand. Now, I know it's going to cost you, because you're going to be thrown in a fiery furnace, which I'm sure he is being thrown into right now. Now, I love the response that they give. God says, when Nebuchadnezzar called them, right, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said, O king, we are not careful to answer thee in this manner. In other words, we are not afraid to tell you how we feel about this matter. He says this, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, you see, they had a balanced understanding. God can set us free. But if God chooses not to set us free, guess what? I ain't gonna change my mind anyway. In other words, my whole career could be destroyed here. My whole entire life could be destroyed. I get it. I'm still not gonna change. I mean, that's a resolution, and I mean, that is
It's taking the ultimate stance.
You see this stuff right here? That takes guts. That jellyfish backbone stuff we got going on today ain't gonna work. This is the kind of stuff that you gotta have to make it in these days. You're gonna have to be bold and brazen for what you believe, and yet humble and kind at the same time. We will not serve your gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Nebuchadnezzar wasn't happy. Read the rest of the story for yourself. But at the end of the day, one thing that was very amazing about this story is that when you stand up before God, God will stand up for you. When you stand up for God, God stands for you. You need to, we have too many Christians today compromising their positions. I'm so glad this NHL player took a bold stand. That's what it takes to bring about change. Leave them alone. Religious freedom.